Kenshin1913, or Pete, along with my two favorite ladies. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Mom.
And you are?
I'm Elaine.
This is my Aunt Elaine, her sister. So today we're going to be doing some pie specials, 2-for-1 deal. And what are we going to be making? What kind of pie are you going to be making today?
Jello Coolwhip pie.
And you're going to be making a what pie?
A yogurt Coolwhip pie.
So yeah, let's start pieing it up. Okay, so Elaine, we are making a what kind of pie today?
A Jello Coolwhip pie. You're going to need, I'm using the flavor of strawberry Jello.
1 box of Jello mix, okay.
Coolwhip, 8 ounces.
Yeah, you can use any kind of whipped whatever cream.
Keebler or whatever Graham Cracker Crust you want.
Mm-hmm.
And so first thing I'm going to do is open the package.
This is a package of strawberry Coolwhip, Jello. Now, Elaine, can you use, what kinds of Jello could you use here?
Raspberry. I've used lemon and lime.
Cherry, which was good.
Cherry.
All right, so what do we have here? You boiled some water.
Boiled some water. I'm going to add a cup.
Mm-hmm. 1 cup of boiling hot water.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to add that to the mix.
Just like we were making regular Jello, right, Elaine?
Yeah, I'm going to stir it up until it's dissolved.
So yeah, this pie, Elaine, is pretty easy to make, huh?
It's only a few ingredients, and the only time it takes is it's got to go and sit in the refrigerator.
Yeah. So Elaine, where did you learn how to make this pie?
A friend of mine showed me how.
Yeah.
And I made it for a party of mine.
Yeah. And it is very easy and refreshing to make. Especially because now it's the summertime and you don't want to be baking things.
Okay, now this is almost dissolved. And I'm going to add a cup of ice cubes to quick set it. We're going to add a cup of ice cubes. And this,
now, what does this do?
This is going to make it quick set. A lot quicker than you would have it if you just put a cup of cold water. You would have had to put it in the fridge, and that would have took like 2 hours to 3 for it to set. This is going to set quicker.
See, I never knew this, that you could quick set it. It kind of reminds me of when I made my iced tea, where you add a lot of ice to make it cold pretty quick. So yeah, this is actually a very good idea, Elaine.
So you're going to just keep mixing them until they start to melt. Now they already can see them melting.
And it's looking pretty good.
And you can already start to feel like it's starting to make a little.
It's starting to get, it's starting to solidify. And you just gotta keep mixing
until these are melted, and then I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes.
And then after that, what will we do with it?
Then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna add the Coolwhip.
Okay.
And in the process, the Coolwhip is defrosting a little, which
yeah, because you had it in the freezer, correct?
Yep, I took it out so it could start thawing out a little.
Yeah, so if you just bought the Coolwhip from the store, you don't really have to worry too much.
No. And even if you don't want to wait for all these ice cubes to melt, you can just take out the ones that are still,
melt.
See these, you know, just take them out and throw them out if you want, but we'll just let it finish melting.
So what we'll do is
I can feel the pan; it's already cold.
So what we'll do is we will just let this. Elaine will continue to stir it, and then as soon as all the ice cubes are melted, we'll put it
in the fridge for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Don't put it in too long, because then it'll get too hard to mix your Coolwhip in.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, the Jello is ready. I just took it out of the fridge, and you see I'm wiggling it around. You see it?
See how
semi firmed, and it's almost like you don't want it completely firmed up, because then it'll be too hard to mix your Coolwhip.
This was in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes, right?
Yes, about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Now the next step is open up your can of Coolwhip.
Or whip topping, whatever you're using.
Whatever, doesn't make a difference. Just make sure it's 8 ounces.
So Elaine, you were mentioning, well, again, you didn't mention it, but we were talking about it. But
this one was a regular Jello mix, but I've used sugar-free
Mm-hmm.
for parties at work because people are worried about their
weight
calories and everything.
and their sugar intake and all that.
Yes.
And yeah, it's good to know if you have a friend who's a diabetic
Cool
as well.
Whip, right? Cool Whip doesn't have that many calories as I'm reading right here on the label. It's about 25 calories per 2 tablespoons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably about a slice of the pie.
Mm-hmm.
But you could use the Lite. I wouldn't use the fat-free one of Cool Whip because it doesn't thicken up as much as the regular or just the Lite.
Yeah.
But this is just the regular Cool Whips, and I'm going to add the whole container.
So that is 8 ounces as well, right?
Yes.
And it's all right if you have like little icebergs, right?
Yep.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
I'm going to just mix it all up until it's all mixed up together.
And now this is another great summer pie recipe because you don't need to turn on the oven to do it.
No oven necessary.
Yeah, it's pretty quick. Except
I'm
for...
just going to make sure I get every little bit of Cool Whip out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now
I'm just going to put this to the side.
And now the mixing begins. And now we don't have to fold this in, do we? Or
you want it really to mix it up until everything is
incorporated, kind of. Yeah, so this is actually...
It doesn't look that great when you first start mixing it. It looks like a blob.
Yeah, but you know, it's Jello, and there's always room for Jello.
And then this is actually going to go into the refrigerator after I put it in the Graham Cracker Crust.
The same. This Graham Cracker Crust you can purchase over at the store. You know, already pre-made.
Right.
Now, Elaine, could you use some other type of crust? Maybe a Oreo crust.
Sure can, if you would like chocolate.
So what kind of crust do you think, or what kind of?
They also have vanilla wafer crust. That's really tasty. But usually I just use the graham crackers, but you can experiment. Go ahead.
Yeah, because whatever kind of flavored Jello you like is you know, you can use as a pie, and
now
that's pretty good.
You're gonna see it's a little lumpy. And that's what I'm trying to get the lumps out.
Yeah.
To make it all nice and smooth.
Now let me ask you this, Elaine, too. Would you be able to use a hand mixer for this?
I've never used a hand mixer. I only just stir it with a spoon.
Yeah, but it's still not that much effort to just mix it around.
You can certainly experiment. I've never used a hand mixer or anything other than just my spoon. Yeah, you can see over here. You see it? Like you can see the Cool Whip lumps are breaking up. We want to make sure they're all mushed out.
Now, this is actually a good recipe because I'm not actually a fan of Jello. And that's probably because I don't like the consistency of it. And it's all squiggly and stuff. And I don't really like that when I put it in my mouth. So I actually enjoy this pie a lot because it has the flavor of like Jello, but with it's like light and fluffy.
Yes, it comes out nice and fluffy after you put it in the refrigerator for a few hours.
All right. So we're just going to keep mixing here until we get all the lumps out.
Okay, guys, I'm back here. I got all the lumps out. It's nice and smooth, and I'm ready to put it in the crust. So I'm just going to...
Now this is actually a great pie to make if, say, you're going to some sort of barbecue in a few hours.
Make it in the morning, and it'll be ready by afternoon. It's very simple.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about these pies that we're making today.
Now it's gonna go in the refrigerator. Sorry, Pete.
No, don't worry about it.
You definitely got to put it in the refrigerator for it to set.
Now, how many hours are we gonna have this baby set for?
About 3 hours. You can check and make sure.
And so do we? Yeah, do we want to just?
Now this pie crust was just a little slightly bigger pie crust when I bought it in the store. So usually if I have just the regular size, it'll fill it right up.
But you could always put something on top if you wanted to add like a little extra whipped cream or something.
Right, you could put some whipped cream. You could add some fresh fruit just before you're ready to bring it over to somebody's house for a party. So that's all I have right here. Now
and now these ready-made pie crusts, they always come with a lid, and basically you just gotta flip it over and just kind of squeeze the ends there until we get ourselves the pie all closed.
All right, we're gonna throw it in the fridge, and then in a few hours we'll take it out.
So what's the minimum amount of time, Elaine, you would say for the?
I would say at least 3 hours.
Okay.
At least 3 hours.
Okay, so we'll be back with this pie in about 3 hours.
Hello. We're making the yogurt Coolwhip pie right now. And this is a very, very easy recipe. I've been making this pie, probably for over 20 years now. It's just something I had read about. And all you do is you take your favorite kind of yogurt. This happens to be Chobani. I'm doing a black cherry today. This is a 6-ounce container. The way things have dwindled down, years ago, a container of yogurt would have been 8 ounces. So I would have used just 2 of these yogurts.
So what are the ingredients for this recipe?
Okay, so it's yogurt.
We got yogurt.
The Cool Whip.
We need a package of 8-ounce Cool Whip.
8-ounce Cool Whip.
You could use Lite if you want or whatever.
And a Graham Cracker Crust pie shell.
Now you can buy those in the store, obviously.
Yes, or you can make your own Graham Cracker Crust if you choose to.
Okay, so
you could even make any other kind of cracker crust if you wanted to. Some people will do them out of Nilla wafers. Some people will do them out of shortbread. Some people will do them out of a chocolate cookie
Oreo,
crumb.
Oreo kind of thing.
But this is one that we purchased. We
Yeah.
love this recipe, especially in the summertime, because it is so refreshing. The first thing we're going to add is our yogurt.
Yeah.
This one happens to have the fruit on the bottom, as you can see.
Cherries, my favorite.
So we're going to just scoop all of this into the bowl.
So you need 3 of these.
I use 3 right now. You could do 2.5. You could do 2. But because of their 6 ounces, I've been doing 3.
Yeah, and so you were saying, that your well, actually you didn't say it yet, but I heard that your colleagues at work like to make this too.
Yep, I told them about it, and we actually had one week that was a lemon yogurt with a chocolate crust. I then made the week later a key lime, which was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, I like the key lime. That was pretty good.
And I did a traditional graham cracker crust. Strawberry is absolutely delicious with the Oreo crust. And then I made one, because now they have a new yogurt that's honey flavored. And I did honey, and I put some chopped nuts in it. I put almonds in it, and then put some chopped almonds on top with a little bit more drizzle of honey. And that one was delicious. And I found a crust that was a granola crust. And that was so different and so good.
All right, so all we're doing really is just incorporating the fruit with the yogurt here, like you would do if you're just eating it regularly.
Right, and then you could add whatever flavor you're using. You could actually add some more fresh cherries to this. I've made one with blackberry or raspberry, and you can add some fresh additional raspberries to it.
So now you're adding Cool Whip.
I'm adding the whip topping. Yep,
whatever. Cool Whip.
And
maybe Cool Whip will see this and give us some money.
And I happen to be using the Chobani yogurt, but you can use any type of yogurt that you want.
Yeah, any yogurt that you like, you could probably make a yogurt pie out of it. Because this is it right here. We're just going to mix this.
And then we're going to fold this in.
Yeah, and folding. Now, what kind of technique is that?
Folding is just bringing it up from the bottom and around. Up from the bottom and around until it gets all incorporated together.
Yeah, because you don't want to... What is it? You don't want to break the Cool Whip or something like that?
Yeah, this is not as delicate as whipped cream or meringue, but still, you don't want to beat it so that it won't stay fluffy.
Yeah, because you want to keep it fluffy.
And one of the other things I wanted to mention is that for people who are diabetics, you could actually use the either the Lite or the sugar-free yogurt as well. And the fat-free Cool Whip.
Yeah, because we've had actually quite a few questions about maybe how to get rid of some sugar from the recipes that we've been doing, like the fruit syrup.
Now look how easy this is. Now this is almost incorporated.
Yeah, all folded in.
And I'm going to add this to our pie crust.
Yeah, and this would be a great pie. This one and the Jello whipped cream pie would both be great pies if, let's say, you were heading to a barbecue a few hours from now.
And then what we'll do
just so easy.
is we're going to just put this into the pie shell.
Yeah, see, this is easy. This is almost idiot-proof kind of pie. And we're just taking the yogurt and the Cool Whip and just putting it in here. And then you want to just spread it out evenly throughout the pie crust.
And you could add some extra cherries on top if you wanted to. When I do the strawberry,
if you were doing is there a chocolate yogurt?
You know, there used to be one.
I was gonna say you could shave a little bit of chocolate on top, make it look really fancy.
Yep, you can put the jimmies on top or the little sprinkles on top.
They're called shots.
Or shots. In different areas,
Yeah,
they're called different things. So what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to put this in the freezer, and you're going to let it set for at least a good hour or longer.
So about an hour.
And then I usually take it out for about 15 minutes or so before we're going to eat it. And so it'll be easy to cut. And it's absolutely delicious.
And it's so easy. Look at that.
Yep,
I mean,
so easy.
So we're going to put it in the freezer for an hour, and then we'll take it out and we'll have a bite.
Hi everyone, we're back and the pie has been sitting in the fridge for a few hours. Look at it.
Looks pretty good.
Now it's all nice and firm and we're ready to cut a piece and taste it.
Yum. So yeah, this is pretty easy, and it just takes a little bit of time. This one takes a little bit of time when you gotta let it set, but then after that, it's all good.
Hi, welcome back. This is my pie. After, just before I put it actually in the freezer, I put some cherries on it. Remember, this is the cherry yogurt, so I just tried to make it a little more fancy.
So yeah, then we're gonna give it a cut.
And what I did is I took it out of the freezer,
and
I just let it sit on the counter for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And as you can see, you can cut through it. Because then if you don't let it set, it will it'll be kind of too frozen to enjoy it.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Alright, look at our delicious pies. The one closest to us is the Jello whipped cream pie, and the one furthest away with the cherries on top is the yogurt whipped cream pie. So, we have our pies here. The cherry one. Delicious. And
the Jello.
And the Jello one. Yum.
Yes.
So let's have some. Since I don't really care for strawberry, Elaine's gonna have a bite. I'm gonna have some of the cherry.
It's very light, creamy.
That is good right there.
Oh, it came out really good, Pete.
So this has been Pete, our Kenshin1913, along with
Mom.
And a special guest,
Elaine.
Elaine, I'd like to thank you for being on our video today.
Thanks, Pete, for
And
having me.
I hope we can have you in some more. So, enjoy your pies.
Yeah, yummy.
Enjoy and happy eating.